Alright, first things first, you probably want to see the trucks for which this video was actually made. So last year, I built this awful looking delivery truck. Mercury. Yeah, I mean it's got mud flaps, it kinda sorta looks like a strange delivery truck. But one interesting about this thing, if I just release the parking brake, look at how fast we are going. See, I am not pushing down on the foot pedal at all, and we are going 15 miles per hour at 2 frames a second, apparently. And then over the Christmas season, I developed this monstrosity. It's supposed to be a rocket-powered van, but I mean, it kind of sort of has like a aircraft's body. I tried adding side wings, big giant rear wing. And look at this big turbo at the back. Oh, that's a rocket engine for you. Oh. But nevertheless, this van was pretty disappointing as it turned out. So, prior to beginning recording of this video, I went and made this delivery van that you see right here. Agreed. Yep, more realistic, and it's also flawless. Agreed. Oh yeah, I got a screenshot and automation to prove it. Here you go. Agreed. I know, right? So this is the 2021 Ario Delivery. That horrible looking green truck you see there is a 2020 model of the Ario Delivery. So I have here these 3 delivery vans. I'm gonna put them up to a test, assuming I can avoid putting my camera right through the building. So I'm over here at the logistics center over on the port area of West Coast, USA. Now, so here on the opposite end of town is this church building. Oh, building interruption. So the local pastor named Paul has put in an order for an organ that can be put inside of the church somewhere up in this tower, I think. And I have the responsibility of delivering that organ to the church. But I want to do a test. See which of these 3 vehicles could do the job the best. And I'm thinking I am going to want to go ahead and start with this Ario Delivery, the 2020 model. Agreed. The rules are pretty basic, Wormy. It's simply just a matter of get there as quickly as possible and don't destroy the organ in the process. Don't destroy the payload. So with that, we are already set. So let's go ahead and start delivering this thing. So like as you can see, this thing has plenty of power in it. It can actually get up to 15 miles an hour if I don't apply the foot pedal at all. Now, I want to avoid curbs because this back top really likes to come flying off in collisions. So I know the path to get to the church. So as you can see, it's got decent acceleration. We might want to slow down as we're coming upon a turn. And for a second I thought I wasn't going to turn. So then we turn right onto Promenade Boulevard. Gas it again. We have to get into the left turn lane. Okay, slow down so that we can actually make the turn. And then it's really just a simple matter of getting up to the top of the hill where we can then pull over and deliver the organ. And there we go! We've lost the back! We've lost the organ! That's it! That's it! Ah! Alright. Well, if I put in the park, let's go take a look. Oh, I better shut the engine off. So, here it is, the payload back that had just separated, and I don't know, it's technically still intact, this cargo back, but I get a feeling that the organ inside would indeed be destroyed. Well, let's go back and retrieve our box. Oh, I even have a flat tire. Rats. Alright, well, if you give me a moment, I'll reattach this ugly back. And let's go ahead and send this thing elsewhere. You know, Wormy, this delivery truck is a super ugly looking vehicle. It's really awful, to be honest. Margaret. You know what, Wormy? You've got a point. Alright, the next contestant up is this rocket-powered van with TPS, Turbo Parcel Services. So if I release the parking brake, put this thing in reverse, and we can go ahead and get going with our little package trip. Now, this thing is supposed to be built for speed. I know this thing can brake rather easily, as well as that weird looking delivery van. Let me see how this thing can do. Again, the rules are get the organ to the church as quickly as possible, but don't end up destroying that thing. Oh, how the wing wiggles. But I am noticing this van actually does not have as much power as does the other delivery van, because I only got to 80 miles an hour or something. Whereas the truck, I was able to get up to like 90 miles an hour. Well, let's see how we do going uphill. Oh, that's a red light. Oh well. We just keep going. We just keep going, boys. We're gonna fly here. Woohoo! I think that's gonna break the organ, isn't it? Oh, something broke. Something broke. Oh, we're flying again, and oh, okay. I hit the brakes. Brakes. I thought I'm hitting the brakes. I can't stop this thing. I have a feeling that I've lost some of my brakes just because I think I saw a warning with that brakes were fading. So let's go ahead and get parked. Well, judging by this caution warning over here, I think I have damaged or otherwise lost my front bumpers. I do recall having seen some parts flying off while I was driving. And this car took some pretty hard landings. Not very healthy for trying to bring something big and fragile like an organ uphill. What would you say, Wormy? Not grand. That's true, but part of that's just because this is the only car to have made it to the church in the first place. Agreed. And that I would agree with you on. Well, I'm gonna go find a place to park legally, and we'll see how the normal delivery van does. Alright, that just leaves this normal delivery van. Now, like I said, it's just about perfect. There's no warnings. I think this is really my... Okay, actually did do some testing with this before. But otherwise, I'm really just starting to see how does this thing get put to the test. Again, we have an 80-mile-an-hour car. Oh, okay, I took that turn a little wide, and we are drifting to the left. That's no good. But otherwise, I think the organ so far will remain undamaged. Now, I think part of the goal here is to try to go... Okay, there might be a little bit of a bump right there. I mean, the van's taking the hits a little better. And here we go. We are here at the church, and the good part is the van's slightly harmed. I'm definitely gonna need to get a new side view mirror lest I get pulled over by the cops. But here we go. I've successfully delivered an organ to the church, and the organ has sustained minimal damage. Well, last things last, let's actually see just how fast I can drive these delivery vans downhill. So if I just take a moment to turn my van around. Well, buddy, the objective of this test is simple. How fast can I get my delivery vans to go driving downhill down the street until it gets to the end where it races off onto this dock here and then most likely crashes over here. But I give these vehicles a little run-up space down this short little boulevard here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and test, starting with the perfect delivery van. The 2021 Ario Delivery starting now. Revved up to full throttle, and we are off. There should be a jump. Okay, we've jumped. Oof. Okay, at each ledge there will be a jump. Question is, can I keep this thing stable? Oh! And that is the end of that run. I think we achieved 100 just before wrapping our car around a lamppost. You see, Wormy, this would be the perfect place to have a how's my driving sticker on here, am I right? Oh, great. Well, this truck seems to know power, so without further ado, let's try out the 2020 model of the Ario Delivery. I expect this Min's back to be shed early on in the run. 60 miles an hour. And here we go. We don't need that. We're free, babe! Freedom! Whoa, okay, we've already passed 100 miles an hour! Oh, ow! Oh! Oh. And we're not even gonna go anywhere now. Alright, it's up to the rocket van to try to outdo either of the two vans in distance. I don't know, this van seems to be the slowest of the three. Up, already at 100 miles an hour. Oh! It just handled the landing perfectly! Good morning, Alaska City. I am Robin McFlopsy, and I am your traffic reporter here for Snooze News. And today you are going to want to avoid Church Street just before it reaches downtown due to a 3-car pileup. As you can see, there is a rocket-powered van, apparently, that has wrapped itself around a lamppost. And then wrapped it around another lamppost. Over here are 2 more odd vans. One of them seems to be a normal van. The other one seems kind of unique because, as you can see, it has left a weird mint-colored trailer back further up the street. This is Rapid McFlopsy with Traffic Report on Snooze News. To all of you in Belasco City, good night. Well, Wormy, all 3 of these vans are done. Therefore, I am done for today. So for next week's video, it's actually going to be my 150th video on Space Bun. So I'm going to try out, I'm going to have a little bit of a surprise in store. And my attempt to yank this van free is failing! Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm free. Let's see, I think the engine's still good. Can I drive? Oh yeah, I can drive. Let's go off and just do some driving just to wrap up this video. Yeah, really all that I'll say for next week's video is that it'll be a little bit of a surprise. Otherwise, that's gonna go ahead and do it. That's gonna go ahead and conclude this week's video. So for Wormy Cat Pellier, I'm Rabbit McFlopsy, and I'm also kind of deadish, really. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you all next time. India Alpha Bravo, Matt Green, checking out. So you know, Wormy, one thing I could try out. How quickly can I drive the van uphill? Hey, that's a wheel from last year's model. Oh well. Let's see, we get our running start. Okay, now we're back on Church Street. And we just go full throttle. Is that clear? Margaret! Oh! Well, I think that would have busted the organ right there. And another... Oh! Another jolt. Okay, 60 miles an hour. Going to the sidewalk for safety. Ah! Oh! Man, that's gonna hurt.